Hey guys, welcome back to another quick and dirty bait talk video. This week we're talking big worms. And I'm talking, when I say big worms, I'm talking about like 10 inch and up, 10 inch and longer. This happens to be the Zoom Old Monster 12 inch worm. 12 inch worm, can you believe it? They make bigger worms too, but these are awesome to throw. I will throw these just about anywhere. Before we get too far into this video, I want to mention to you guys, go check out AROOutdoors.com, AROOutdoorsapparel.com, and get some hats, t-shirts, or some hoodies, and support this channel. Also, before we get too deep into this video, I want to mention that once the tournament season starts, these bait talk videos might fall off a little bit. We might not have as many like every week as I have been. So it might be maybe every other week, might miss a couple of weeks. I don't know, it all depends on how busy things get. So, and if I can think about it, I'll do them while I'm out on the water too. So that'll be fun as well. And while on the fly, you know, it'd be great. For now, we're gonna get back into the big worms. So with these worms, you want to throw a big hook with these guys. Obviously a worm hook, right? And what I like is, you guys know me if you watch the channel, and the hooks I like to use, it's the Guggen Squad heavy hammer hook, because it's a cross between an extra wide gap hook and a worm hook. So, and it text poses really nice, and they're stout, they're thick, so you can really drive that hook home. And the size of the hook for this, you want a bigger hook. You're not going to throw a 4/0 hook on this big worm. I'm talking like a 7 or an 8/0 hook for a 12 inch, and at least like a 5 or a 6 for a 10 inch. That's what I throw on these big worms. And then you can throw these weightless. This is actually, I'm going to be throwing these in the spring here. So look for it. Look for that video. I'm going to be throwing these in the spring. This is not just a summertime bait. They will bite, not as often, but they will bite them in the spring. They will bite these all year long. It just depends on your retrieve and how you got to play around with it and figure out their mood. But these big worms will work all year round. Sometimes you're not going to get very many bites, but you're going to get big bites too. Well, sometimes you get, you know, the fish that's probably about half the size of the worm, and you're just looking for a big meal. So these baits, what I like to do with these, I'll throw them in and I'll weed cover. I'll drag them on the bottom down points, like main leg points, well, any points really. And my favorite thing to do with these is get in the deep cover. Yeah, the ribbon tail gets hung up a little bit, but you just gotta drag it through really nice. And they just love to pick it up. I mean, like, look at the length of this worm. Now it's somewhat stretched out, but it's 12 inches. And my favorite color is plum. Plum, some kind of a plum red, June bug. Sometimes I'll go black and blue, but I really like that plum color. And this is like a plum with a blue flake. This is one of my favorites. So that's my go-to for the big worms. These get really big bites. For this 12 inch, use a 7 to 8/0 hook. 10 inch, about 5 to 6/0 hook is what I use. And if you want to put a weight on there, I will half the time I won't. I'll go weightless if I'm in shallow water, but if I'm going to go a little bit deeper and I want to drag it, I will throw on I will start off with a 1/4 ounce weight, and then I'll move up to a 3/8 ounce. I probably don't go much bigger than that unless I'm fishing really deep water, and then I'll go 1/2 and 3/4 ounce. I'll probably go 3/4 ounce because this has a lot of drag on it. So guys, that's it for this week's quick and dirty bait talk video. 10 inch worm, 10 to 12 inch worm. The giant worms, they're not just a one-trick pony for one time this season, bait. They will work all year round. You gotta be patient with them, gotta figure out the retrieves that the fish like, and be patient with it. You're not gonna get that many bites, but you are gonna get big bites with this one. So guys, thanks for sticking around for this week's quick and dirty bait talk video. Another reminder, check out AROOutdoorsapparel.com. Get your apparel and support this channel. We'll catch you in the next video.